It's alright. Hush.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff.
On July 16, 1969, this day, three brave astronauts sitting in a rocket called Saturn V launched to the moon. Easy stuff, right? Going to the moon, three astronauts. Wrong. Actually, think about it. It is 3,84,400 kilometers away, and it almost took 5 days to reach the moon. It's not that easy. So I'll tell you something about the rocket first. So this is a 3-staged rocket which is used by NASA, which was used by NASA, retired now. And this is what it looks in the game. And now it has five engines at the bottom, but it's a game, 2D game. As I told you, it's an approximation. So we have the launch, and the first thing it does is it gets to the low Earth orbit. It can send up to 1,40,000 kgs payload to the low Earth orbit. Now we have reached the low Earth orbit, and we'll separate the first stage and second stage burns. So now the low Earth orbit, as you can see here, we are going to separate the LES, or the launch escape system. So the use of launch escape system was, if anything goes wrong during the launch, the rocket may blast, it will just extract the astronauts from it. And now we have the fairing separation, and this is what you see after one stage separation and the fairing and the LES separation. And what you're seeing at the first is the service module, which will do a 180-degree turn to dock to the lunar module. And this service module was known as the Columbia, and the lunar module is known as the Eagle. It almost took 3.5 hours to get to the low Earth orbit, and after that, now we are going to go to the moon, and that's called translunar intersection, or known as TLI. We'll go target the moon. There you see is the moon. Now you see the transfer point. There we have to go and burn till almost 3 minutes. Actually, it took them 3 days to reach the moon, and there the moon's gravity will pull them into the orbit. And I'll also make a video on, most people think NASA never went to moon. See, many people think they went, many people think they didn't. There are some conspiracy theories which almost make you feel like they never went, but there is some story behind it, and I'm surely gonna put a video on that. And there is going to be 2 different playlists in my channel. One will be the story mode, and the other will be tutorials and news. So in the story mode, we are just going to do a animation kind of thing of the real launches and the missions. And here we are approaching to the moon, and now it's the time for the third stage separation. While we were talking, there was also the second stage separation. You may have seen it. And now going to be a separation of astronauts. Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong go to the lunar module, which will touch down to the moon, and Michael Collins stays in the service module or Columbia. And here many difficulties happen. It was really a difficult job for the people of NASA to carry out everything smoothly. I'll also make a video on that, so like and subscribe for getting those videos. And here we are getting into the right trajectory. And oh, I remember from trajectory, I am also going to talk about the physics or the laws behind the launch and about the engines and all that stuff also. Or maybe you could also tell me what would be the next mission for me to make an animation on. I chose Apollo 11 as the first video because this is a really old thing, and also because it is one of the first step to the moon, so it's important. And final checks were made, and soon the Eagle is going to dock, as you can see, undock, and then it will burn in a manner so that the orbit shrinks. The orbit shrinks and we have descent, which will come to the moon. Descent is not the descent. Descent is the coming down or the lowering of the landing module, and we are burning for little time for the velocity to decrease, or else it will happen like the Chandrayaan 2 mission. And we have landed. Not we have, but Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong. Here Neil Armstrong steps out to the moon and he says, it may be a small step for us, but it's a very big leap for mankind. And after this, I'll share you the original clip in which the astronauts take the tests and they ride the lunar vehicle also. That will be in the description, so see that also. That video is also really interesting. Then what happens is they leave the landing legs and they go towards the service module or the Columbia, because they have to get back to Earth. They again go to the service module. Here you see service module. Service module is being ready for Eagle to dock. And now this took again 4 hours of time, and this is approximation, not exactly 4 hours, but something around that. And now finally they reach the Columbia, the service module. Now all the samples and all the test results they have done on the lunar surface, they will take it with themselves and they are going to transfer to the service module. From there, Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong will get transferred to the service module, and the service module is going to take them back home. Now finally, after 5 days or long journey, they come to the Earth's atmosphere again, and only the capsule is left. They reached and parachute deployed. So, not unlike the lunar lander, we are not going to land on legs, but it's parachute. Half deployed, now is going to be fully deployed, and here we reach the ground. Thank you guys, please subscribe my channel, and thanks for watching. Please see the other videos also, my channel trailer.